Hey guys! Welcome back to another video of Lulu MD. So today I'm in Winnipeg and you all might be wondering, well, why? That's because I'm attending the 32nd Rural and Remote Medicine Conference this year. Alright, let's go check it out! Good morning. It is now day 2 of the conference and now we are heading over for breakfast. So let's go take a look what there is to eat. So as mentioned, the continental breakfast remained the same. We have our freshly baked scones here, our muffins, our bagels as usual, and then more bagels here. And then for the hot food today we had French toast, and then we had these delicious sausages. As well, they had our fruits here, but they didn't have bananas, so I was a little bit disappointed. And then they also have this make your own toast station, which I'm pretty sure I didn't see yesterday, complete with a toaster.
Okay, now I have my breakfast and I got duos of each. I got 2 yogurts, 2 French toasts, 2 sausages, 1 maple syrup though, and 1 cup of 2% milk. I'm also sitting on the opposite side of the hallway. Yesterday I was sitting on the other side and I feel like this side is definitely less busy. But still a good amount of people. Okay, let's dig into my breakfast.
After breakfast, I had to go down to the registration area to go pick up my tickets for the upcoming special dinner event nights for both Friday evening and Saturday evening, so I headed over to this red desk here to pick them up. I'm here to pick up my dinner tickets.
Sure. And your last name is?
Lu, L-U.
Thank you. Do you want Louisa?
Yes.
Perfect. So I've got a chicken and 1 ticket for Saturday?
That's right.
Perfect. Chicken and Saturday. I'm just getting organized for the day.
Perfect.
Here you go.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you. Thanks
Nice to
for
see you
coming.
too.
Enjoy your day.
You too. So I got my ticket successfully, and then it was now time to head over to the first session of the day, the session being on AI scribes in rural healthcare.
Imaging and pathology and clinical decision making, so anything with any sort of algorithm, AI is being used for. So some applications, Google Health, DeepMind, we're seeing it a lot in pathology slides, ECGs.
Then it was time to head over to support my friend Jessica's presentation. She's got many lined up for the rest of this conference, so I'm super excited to listen to her talk.
Said, hey, we're hoping to be future rural surgeons. And whenever I go out and say this in public, in Edmonton, for example, people are like, what do you mean by that, Jess? Do you want to be a general surgeon and move to a rural community? Do you want to be a rural family doc? And I don't know.
So that was a great presentation by my friend, and now it is refreshment break, so it is time to look at what yummy snacks they're providing at this time. So it was a pleasant surprise to see some hot food for the refreshment break. I mean, just look at the size of these cinnamon buns. They were kind of huge and I was very surprised when I opened up the lid and saw the size of them. And then I think this other one here has just more cinnamon buns, so nice amount available for everyone. And then we also had some yogurt cups here because it was a create your own yogurt bar, and that was awesome. So I just got a few of these selections of nuts and fruits, and then it's time to eat. Okay, so now it's a refreshment break and we got some small snacks. I'm not really sure if you can call this a snack exactly because this cinnamon bun, I had to take half because it's really big. I mean, look at this. It's basically almost the same size as my hand. They also had a create your own yogurt bar, and that's nice because they had a good variety of different nuts, walnuts, fruits, and other goodies. So I'm really excited to just have some food before the next few sessions. Hi! Then it was story time with SRPC members. People got up to the microphone and shared different stories about the best day of their career, or the biggest mistake they ever made, or the weirdest thing ever to happen to them. So it was nice to hear different people talk about their different experiences.
Here today. Hey, watch it. It's good to see you all. I'm Tanya Talega. I'm grateful to be here on Treaty 1 territory. I'm a believer in land acknowledgements. I know, I'm one of those, but I think it's important. And I always love being in Winnipeg.
After the talk, it was time for lunch. We have a fresh beet salad to start us off, as well as a Mediterranean salad for choices. And the main food item was sandwiches and wraps. And I will not lie, I had to keep going back to the sign at the front of the table to figure out exactly which sandwiches or wraps I was looking at, especially the sandwiches. So eventually, I just rolled the dice and picked one random one for me to enjoy. And at the end here, we had this Mexican vegetable soup. Then at the end of the lunch area, we had these small little desserts available, which I really appreciate because it allows me to eat them without feeling guilty about having so much sugar in one go. So that was a very impactful talk that I attended. We learned a lot about the 7 Indigenous high school students that mysteriously disappeared in Thunder Bay. I think it's important that we heard about the story, we listened, and we understood. And it was even more meaningful coming from the author who talked specifically about this story. So yeah, it was a very good talk. So right now it's lunchtime. I'm still pretty full from earlier when I had the cinnamon buns and the yogurt bar, but I still got something to eat, so let's take a look. I got one sandwich. I believe this is a European chicken club that I grabbed. And then I also got a Mexican vegetable soup. So both look very delicious. During the lunch hour, there was also a rural research poster presentation happening. And one of my friends, Susie, was doing a poster presentation herself. So I went out to support, check out the other posters that were available to look at, and also make some new friends from different places. You may recall from last year's video, I made a joke about TikTok because, well, there was a TikTok talk from last year, and this is basically a refresher on that, so I had to go and listen to that because I just couldn't miss out on such a riveting talk.
The incidence of doxycycline deficiency disorder, of which no one should die. And we're going to debunk a few myths about ticks and Lyme disease.
So, just to make this really miserable.
Hello, so I finished the TikTok talk, and it is now time for more food! So yeah, as you can tell, I get super excited about food because, well, girl math says that I pay for this conference, but the food is free because it's included, right? Anyways, as you saw, there were some veggies with dip, and then there was also these butter tarts available along with the usual drinks that they had for pop and juices. Then my friend Susie and we met up and took some cute pics together because there was definitely opportunities for social media posts later that day. Then I hopped over real quick to the Rural Residency Fair because I wanted to check out the different programs for residency and also meet some new people. Plus, I'm getting close to 4th year and CARMS is looming, which is basically the medical residency matching process, so I need to start thinking about what specialty I'm gonna do. Okay, so guys, I finally have time to do a haul video because it's been really busy attending sessions and other events in the past 2 days. And first of all, I want to thank all the exhibitors for being so generous for the things you're giving out. And I would love to go over every single thing I got, but I think this video would be in fact 2 hours longer if I did that. So I'll just be grouping things generally together. So definitely got some clothing such as beanies, and then up there we got socks, and then in between here we got lots of sweets. I think my favorite here is this gigantic Toonie chocolate. We also had some Lindt chocolate, as well as cute stickers. Definitely this bison, which is a stress reliever, is very cute. We got some lip balms to keep my lips from being chapped in those cold winter days back in my town where I'm studying medicine. And then we also have some reusable straws here. I also got honey and jam. Yum, yum, yum. I can put that on my breads and my other foods.
I think this one here is actually a MagSafe charger. I have not tried it, but it looks like a charger. We also got some gum and mints to keep my mouth nice and fresh, especially when I'm seeing patients. And then we have these cubed soaps here. I think this bunny soap is pretty awesome. And then we also have these mushroom extract powder, I believe. I'm not familiar with these, but they looked really nice, and the people there were very generous in giving out. So thank you so much from the Pacific Northwest Division of Family Practice. And then besides that, I also got some salmon jerky. Here's another hat. And then I've got some notebooks here. And then finally, all these bags, which were absolute lifesavers because I would have had a lot of trouble carrying all these goodies otherwise. So that is my haul video. And next up, I'll be heading over to the awards reception tonight. So stay tuned for that.
Then it was time to prep for the formal dinner for that evening, which was held at the Fort Garry Hotel. And honestly, when I walked over to look at the hotel, I really thought it was a Fairmont hotel based on the color scheme, but it's called the Fort Garry Hotel, and it looks really, really fancy just by the outside. So I walked over to the front door, and literally a person opens the door for you. I mean, how fancier can you get? Of course, they have the spinning glass door here, and then now it was the fun time of trying not to get lost, as I normally do in hospitals and whatnot. So I followed the signs, and even though I was able to do that, a hotel staff member was kind enough to point us in the right direction. So I'm gonna slow down the video here because I want to show you the decorative features on both sides of the windows. So on the right side here, we do have these Baroque and Renaissance-like figures, and then on the left side, we have some images of wildlife like polar bears and birds. Look at these fancy statues outside of this building here. Eventually, we made it to the Grand Ballroom successfully, hooray! And then it was time to get ready, and honestly, when I turned the corner and saw the ballroom, I was like, wow, oh my gosh, look at this. Am I in Europe or am I in Winnipeg? And the fact that there was live classical music really added to the atmosphere. I mean, just look at the ceiling of this room. Like, look at all the paintings. Literally, it is giving Michelangelo vibes. And then the architecture and the chandeliers. Like, oh my goodness. It was an incredibly fancy location. Part of the fancy setting was because it was the SRPC Awards night, and there were special awards given out to outstanding students, residents, and physicians in rural healthcare. Some of the small wood awards are meant to be put together because when you do, it actually forms a picture, which is pretty cool. And they're all made out of real wood for the wood ones anyways, which is very unique and meaningful. So the ballroom is fully filled because food is coming, and we are now going to head down and check out what was on the menu for tonight's awards dinner at the Fort Garry Hotel. We started off with some delicious dinner buns complete with butter. Then it was this Yukon potato and leek soup, which I had to specifically ask because I had no idea what I was tasting. And then after that was a salad. And then for the main, we had a chicken with some potatoes and carrots. Probably my favorite course of the entire meal, dessert. We had a delicious and very savory and sweet creme brulee. And just to prove that it's creme brulee, here's my spoon cracking open the top shell to show you the delicious awesomeness below it. Yum yum. Also at the same table, we had a student and a physician win an award, and I have never been so starstruck in my life because, oh my goodness, I am in the presence of greatness. So congratulations to all the awards winner tonight. Yay! So we just finished the awards dinner, and it's a little bit chilly, isn't it? A little bit. I'm wearing a full-length jacket here, so anyways, we are pretty full, and for myself, I am definitely experiencing a bit of food coma, so I'm glad that we're getting a good walk out of this back to the hotel. Okay, catch up later. After sending my friend Susie off to the buses, it was time to head home and get ready for the final day of the conference.